Welcome to Scripting DROD, everyone. This is the second episode of Custom Serpents. So in the previous episode I have managed to create a script which goes through the whole body of the Serpent initializers, and counts the number of segments. So as you can see, this specific Serpent is counted to be 12 tiles, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is correct. So the next thing we need to do is to write a script which will replace all of these elements with the actual body of the Serpent. Now the first thing I want to do is to create the head, and I'm going to write a short script for the head, so once we replace the initializer with it, we will know it's working correctly. And at the moment we have no script. The graphic of the head is puff. Okay, so let's have a simple loop label loop. I already know we need a local variable, so let's create it. Serpent length. Okay, we need to set our local serpent's length to the temporary serpent's length, which basically means it will be a variable which we'll use to pass value to the actual object during the creation. And we don't need to use the dollar signs here. Alright. Go to loop, weight 0, and let's just go with a simple move to player, single step. Okay. Let's make it visible too. Ah, crap. Too many escapes. Visible, okay. Alright, so we don't need the weight here, but okay, let's remove the weight. Okay, for now we have a script. We have a serpent head which tries to follow us. Let's copy the script to the actual head. Make sure it works correctly. Okay. Alright, first part was calculate serpent length. Then we need to rejoice. Now let's rename this to create serpent head. And what it will do, it will set the MyScript variables to its own position. So MyScript X to my X and MyScript Y to my Y. Okay, next thing, generate entity. Serpent head. And let's disappear. Actually, let's go to the end. Yeah, let's make another step. It will be the fourth step. The fourth step will be remove myself. There will be a third step called generate serpent body. Actually, there will be one more step, and it will be generate serpent tail. Then it will remove itself. And we are going to populate those functions in a minute. So let's do, actually we don't need to the go-tos here. Go to end and remove myself, we need to disappear, and imperative die. Alright. Close, but not close enough. We need to appear. Okay. So as you can see, we start with the initializer for the Serpent, but after on the 0th turn, the script replaces the head, the initializer head, with the actual head of the Serpent. Yep, Serpent initializer, Serpent head. Okay, so now let's make the part of the head script to create the body segments behind it. So we need to generate entity, Serpent body, whatever the direction. It does not concern us at the moment. Generate entity. We need to set the MyScript variables so the entity is created at the correct position. I'm going to take off my headphones because they kinda disrupt me. Okay, and I don't need the sound of the game anyway. Set var MyScript X to my current position, MyScript Y to my current position, reset after the generation is done. Alright, and afterwards make the player move. And one more important thing, the Serpent body should appear at the very beginning of the script. Okay. It's kinda almost working. And let's see, what's the problem? Serpent body, appear, okay, Serpent head. It generates the body at its own position, then it moves, and for some weird reason, the Wabas, or I mean the body, is created with a delay of a single turn. Okay. Let's go to body. Pre-appear. After appear. Let's see what happens now. Alright, I see the problem. And the problem is related to the fact that appear, when it cannot execute, it delays its execution to the next turn until it's possible for it to appear. So I'm going to check something. What will happen if the body will have a different processing sequence from the head? So our head is 9999. So let's make the body be 10,000. Okay, will it work now? No, it doesn't. Okay. It kinda sucks, but we can still work with it. Okay, so I won't be able to use move to, because I first need to move. Okay, so let me reiterate the problem. So what happens is I first generate the Serpent body, then on the same turn, let's get back. I generate the Serpent body. I can't see my head. I generate the Serpent body. Now, the moment an entity is generated in DROD, its script will execute. Now, I'm not sure what happens if a script is a custom character is created, and its execution should happen after the script that generated it. I guess it only executes once per turn. So what happens is that this body I have created, it tries to appear, but it can't, because the Serpent head is already occupying the same position, right? This will be the Serpent head. So what I need to do is I need to first move the Serpent head, and then create the body at the position that has been occupied by the head. Now I can do this with the move command, because move commands are blocking. So if I do move, then the generation will only appear on the next, will happen on the next turn. So I need to move the serpent head using by changing its my x and my y, and then generate the entity and then wait 0. So that's what I'm going to do now. And since I'm already going to get rid of move2, I'll just write a function, and let's add the wait in case I forget about it. I'm going to write a function move serpent, and it will be a function, so we need a return at the end. Let me take a drink. I've been recording a lot yesterday and my throat is a little bit sore. Okay, my script X, my script Y. Let's see. Okay, that kind of works. Let's replace it with temp X and temp Y for now. Then we will need to call the function move serpent. Then we will need to set my script X and my script Y to temp X without the underscore, and temp Y. Close. Okay. Afterwards we reset, wait, and it happens again. Of course we will also need to work around the case when the serpent fails to move, but that's another thing. Actually, do we have temp return? We do. So if by any case like this, if by any case the return variable is 0, which means the serpent failed to move, if that happens, we want another function, serpent failed to move, and this will prevent the serpent body from being generated. And now we need to code the body of move serpent. So let's see, we need at the beginning to set the return value to 0. Now let's make our serpent, at least for now, pretty stupid. So it will always prefer to move north if the player is to the north, and it can move to the north, then east, then south, then east, then west. So basically it will first try to achieve the same vertical position as the player, and then the horizontal one. It's probably something we're going to change in the future, but for now, for our example, it's going to work pretty nicely. So if wait for player, no, wait until var player x is greater than my x, player y is greater than my y, which will try to make it move down. If that's the case, and if wait for open move to the north, if that's okay, then we will want to move the serpent one tile to the north. So set my y to my y -1, right? And no, this needs to be changed to less than, because 0 is at the top. So if player position is above our position and we can move north, let's try to move north. Actually, let's move north and return from here. Okay, let's do the same for south, greater than, open move south, increase by, actually we can do just add 1 and subtract 1. It will be a little bit faster, although I'm pretty sure it's just a micro optimization. Alright, the same for x. If player x is greater than our x, And we can move east. Then let's move east, like this. And once again the same for the situation when player's position is to the left. If we can go north, so east, west, okay. Subtract 1. So let's swap it. By default we assume that the function returns true, and if we somehow get to the final return, it means it failed. Okay, so at this point it will be already moved, so all we need to do is just create the serpent body. Alright, let's see if it works. Yep. Perfect. Let's get rid of the debugging, not head, body, of the debug speeches. So our serpent at the moment is impossible to kill in any way, and let's now make it that the bodies we create, have the length set to the serpent's length. So at the beginning of the execution of the script, we want to set the variable local serpent length to temporary serpent length. Length. I think that's how you pronounce it, length. Alright. Appear, right, sure, fine, okay, nice. Now we need, from the head, when we generate the entity, we need to set the temporary serpent's length to our local serpent length. Okay, so this guarantees that the body we create has the correct length set. In order to test this, I'm going to add some more debug here. So speech local serpent length. Is that correct? Serpent length. Yes. And I'll just add flash speech. And if you're watching the tutorial videos I make, the general novice course, the beginner course, then you'll know everything you need to know about flash speech. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Great. So the next thing I want to add is, actually let's get this script inside the serpent initialize head, just in case I accidentally remove this object and I lose the code. So let's go to the head. Now the next case we want to work with is, in case we fail to move, we need to reduce our length by 1. Subtract 1. And, by the way, if it happens that our length... Crap, not this. If our length is 1, we die. That's what needs to happen. We die. Imperative, die. Dead. The end. Nothing else. Nothing more. And one more important thing I want to add is to make the serpent's head invulnerable. Imperative, invulnerable. Yeah, I've been looking at it and I failed to notice. And it died! And if you wait, each next body part is alive for a shorter amount of time. So let's go back to our body. We now know the length of the serpent at the moment we create it, so we can do a trick. We can set the variable myscriptx to the value of serpent's length. Close length. And then we can wait. And it will wait the number of turns defined in serpent's length, because if myscriptx is defined, wait uses its value as the number of turns to wait. And here we want to just die. Okay, it's close. We need to now find the offset by which we want to reduce the value of Serpent's length. And -2, I presume. Yep. Ta-da! Alright. And one more thing is I don't want the death animation to appear. So let's change. It's 20 minutes already. I think I'm going to stop the recording right here. So we have a pretty nice working prototype for the custom Serpent. I'll just remove the debug option. Speech. Remove the speech. So as you can see, the Serpent is moving. Right, so the next thing, so for this video that's all. On the next video we are going to do a couple more things. First of all, can you see my finger? First of all, I want to make it so that the whole body is initialized correctly. The second thing I want to add is that the death animation, the death effect and the sound effect when the Serpent, the tail is the body is removing itself, it shouldn't happen. The third thing is I want to add some real graphics. The fourth thing is I want to improve the actual movement script of the Serpent to imitate the real Serpent. Of course it won't work with brains or with the decoys or anything like that, but hey, it's a start. Alright, so thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like it or give a comment. You can follow the official thread on Caravel forums. The link is available in the description, and the hold is also attached in the thread. So once again, thank you for watching. Bye bye!